Looks like as though all signs are pointing to this. It looks like Brandon Beane and the Bills are working overtime to sign 2 contract extensions for 2 cornerstone pieces for this Bills teams. So let's talk about it all right here. Hello everybody, welcome to Bills Digest. I am your host Anthony Senicar, and it is off-season time, and as always, there's tons of free agency news going around, there's tons of trade rumors going around, and there's tons of draft coverage, and we got you guys all covered right here at Bills Digest for all your latest Bills news. There's only one issue with that. 72% of you guys who are watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe, join the army here at Bills Digest. Stay in touch with all your latest Bills offseason news because we got you guys covered from wall to wall. And like I said, guys, it looks like all signs are pointing to Brandon Beane and the Bills working on 2 major contract extensions for the Bills, that being of Christian Benford and James Cook, which has been the talk of the offseason a lot so far. And just this past week on the Fitz and Wit podcast, Brandon Beane had this to say about the contract extensions. We've definitely had dialogue with those guys. That's probably as far as I would take it. Obviously, keeping his cards close to his chest, not giving away, hey, we're working on a contract, or hey, blah, 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 blah. That seems as though, as a GM, currently in negotiations with both players' agents, and it seems as though the Bills are working to finding a way to get both of these guys locked up long term. I'm going to talk about our Jimbo first, then we'll move over to Benford. Again, both cornerstones, one on offense, one on defense. Let's start with offense because that's what everybody cares about a lot, and James Cook in himself has been a talk of the offseason a lot so far. Obviously, going on Instagram Live and pinning comments talking about pay James Cook, blah, blah, blah. Not on top of that, his brother Dalvin Cook subtweeting a bunch of clips during the season saying pay number 4. He again has been stating he wants $15 million. You got Saquon signing that big contract, and again, the running back market is expanding. The number is growing a lot, and I think $15 million is a lot. But I mean, Jimbo's stats and what he brings to this offense speak for itself. So let's talk about it and let's look at it right now. Finishes off the season 207 rushing attempts, 1,009 rushing yards, 16 rushing TDs, 4.9 yards per carry, 16 games played. So again, reliability is the best ability in the NFL. Only missed 1 game this season. 1,267 total yards. So again, like I said, a receiving threat out of the backfield on top of a running threat. 18 total touchdowns, and again, an issue that Jimbo had with that of his fumbles. Only had 1 fumble this year and only lost 1. Again, plenty of growth still in Jimbo's game. Let's not forget there are many a times where he will go and look at a defender coming at him from the backfield and drop an easy touchdown or drop an easy pass, and that has cost the Bills numerous times the past 2 years. But on the other hand, the Bills' offense completely changed when Joe Brady gave the full keys to the offense to James Cook, and this offense clicked perfectly. Josh looked even better. The everybody eats by committee worked even better because you had a reliable running back with James Cook. Now, what we always talk about, money, 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 money. And right now, he is about, market value is about $10 million. Jimbo wants 15. So I think we got to meet somewhere into that $10 and $15 million range. I think 12.5 to 13 million bucks on 3 years might be what the Bills want to do. But playing devil's advocate, looking at it from the Bills' perspective, they have a history of drafting guys in later rounds and making them very good starters in the league. Let's look at Motor Singletary, who again is still a starter in this league. You have obviously James Cook, who was a second-round pick for the Bills. You have Ray Davis, who was a later pick last year in the draft, who looked very good for the Bills, had that big game against the Jets where Jimbo was out. You still have Zach Moss, who again has been around the league a lot, but still got paid and still looked like a starting caliber running back. So you have a laundry list of guys, even that of Frank Gore Jr., who looked very good in preseason and in his few snaps this season. So the Bills, again, they're going to the contract table. They have a laundry list of running backs that they have been able to refresh and reintroduce into this offense and still are starting caliber guys. But James Cook offers both a receiving threat, like I said, and a rushing threat. So I think if you're getting him for a good number at 12 to 13 million bucks, I think you pull the trigger. But it all depends on if Jimbo is staying strong at 15 or if you can get him down to maybe 12 or 13 million bucks. Now going from one cornerstone in the offense to let's talk about the cornerstone on the defense, that being Christian Benford, the other guy that has been the talk of the offseason for a contract extension when you got a bunch of other guys getting ones. Benford arguably played like one of the best corners in the league. I mean, the guy's PFF grades speak for themselves, rank as the 5th best coverage corner in the league by PFF. Again, stats don't jump off the screen interceptions-wise, but still 52 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 total pressures, and 31 receptions allowed. Look at the coverage grade, 82.8, which again, 6th best in the league. Pass rush was still good. Run defense was just good. Someone who is a good tackler. And again, all around was one of the best corners in the league and arguably one of the best corners in the league right now. Again, like I said, the receiver or the corner market's going up. Derek Stingley Jr., who just signed that $30 million contract. Benford's PFF grade comparable to that of Stingley. Ranked 4th, Benford. 30th, Stingley. Better coverage grade, better all-around grade, a tackler, a guy that understands his Bobby Babbage and Sean McDermott's zone defense, a guy that is a perfect cornerstone corner that you build around. He locks down that whole one side of the field. You go get someone like I talked about yesterday with the cornerback video. Again, you just find someone to go opposite of Benford. Benford, you go pay how much he wants. Right now, Benford's market value is that of $22.3 million. I think that's a bit low. I think if you're getting Benford at a 4-year contract, you're going to have to pay maybe $25 to $26 million when you got the likes of Derek Stingley Jr. getting that of $30 million. I think you pay Benford his 4 years for $25 or $26 million. The Bills love to retain guys that they drafted, and I think this is another opportunity where you got 2 cornerstone pieces, that of James Cook and that of Christian Benford, that you need to retain, need to sign long-term. Maybe a 3-year contract for Jimbo, maybe a 4 or 5-year contract with Benford, and you now lock up your running back position in this second generation of the Josh Allen Bills. You got your running back locked up for 3 or 4 years, who is a pass catcher, which Josh Allen likes to dump the ball off a lot to running backs, and someone who can still go between tackles and again is still a very good running back. On the other side of the ball, you got your cornerback locked up, who is one of the best zone coverage corners in the league. Someone that you can just have the whole right side or left side of the field locked up for the next 4 years. Your new generation Trey White, as we like to say. You guys get him locked up this offseason. You already locked up your receiver number 1 with Shakir. You already locked up your pass rush number 1 with Rousseau. You locked up your number 1 right tackle last year with Spencer Brown. You locked up Ed Oliver. You locked up your left tackle, your future left tackle for years to come with D-Doc. You already got Josh locked up. Keep drafting and retaining these guys. Sign them to long-term contracts. Again, Terrell Bernard this offseason as well. It's another guy. Go and re-sign Benford, go and re-sign Jimbo, and lock up this young core for 2.0 Josh Allen Buffalo Bills. You already had the 1.0 with Diggs and Hyde and Trey White and all these guys. Get the new generation in, lock them up for that 4 or 5 year window, and see and go for that Super Bowl again. But let me know your thoughts below, guys. What do you guys think the Bills should do? I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think the Bills should lock up both Jimbo and Benford, or should they just go for either 1 Benford or 2 Jimbo or vice versa? I want to hear from you guys, so leave me a comment below. What do you guys think the Bills should do at the running back and corner situation with Benford and Jimbo? And as always, guys, please subscribe. It is off-season time, like I said. And we got you guys covered all right here at Bills Digest for all your latest offseason Bills news. We're on the road to 300 subscribers, so every little bit helps, and we appreciate every little like and subscription. So subscribe and like the video. And as always, guys, go Bills.